大家你好. This is 双语座, and for those of you who don't know, that's Chinese for Woza. So if you couldn't tell, I recently started taking Chinese. Started taking it about 4 months ago. Started taking it at the beginning of April. It's now the beginning of August. So 3 or 4 months? Yeah. And I'm already done with level 1. So, I've completed this entire book, Integrated Chinese, by some people. Her name is like Moonflower or something. So this book is really fun. It's got little character peoples. These are the characters in my book. They're special people. So, we have this horrible adaptation of maybe it's not that horrible, an American person. Her name is Leo, Amy Lee, and her belly is sticking out. Do we do that anymore? Is this I don't know. I wonder if that's what Chinese people think of us. We just have shirts that don't fit. So here's the story between these people. Gao Wenzhong has a crush on Bai Ying'ai. Bai Ying'ai has a crush on Wang Peng. Wang Peng has a crush on Leo. And Leo is screwing everybody. I'm not joking. This is the first day that Wang Peng and Leo meet. They meet at school or something, because that's where people learn. So yeah, there they are. This is them later that same day. Notice how Leo was not wearing the same shirt. Questionable why she would have changed it. Additionally, if you look really closely, Leo is grabbing Wang Peng's ass. And that shirt she was wearing just then, suddenly, Bai Ying'ai is wearing it. Coincidence? I think not. Okay, so enough about these characters in my book. I'm getting way crazy with them and making up stories that don't even exist. So anyway, more or less, I'm kind of reporting on my progress, maybe, I guess. I think I'm doing fairly well. I can carry on a basic conversation, I think. It seems like those conversations are speeding up more and more. And I feel like there's not a space between every character now. It was dreadful. But I'm getting better. I'm almost done with level 1. Finished this entire book, which covers a wide array of things, but not weather anymore. They banished the weather chapter. But yeah, lots of cool stuff, hobbies and friends and trucks and lions and houses, and this is a money and a clothing rack, a book, a phone, a cake. So I'm sure there's probably people out there who want to hear me say something, but I'm a little apprehensive. Well, I guess here goes nothing. 我叫马智慧，我喜欢糖果，我是大学生，这是我的手机，这是我的中文书，这是我的最喜欢的帽子，这是我的皮卡丘钟。I think I'm starting to sound a little too much like you know who. Anyway, there's my Chinese speaking ability. I know how to say what things are, and that I like things, and what things that I like are. So anyway, I kind of have a little tiny purpose with this video. Not that anyone watches me, Savvy Woza, but if you do, I'd like to ask you a little something. So, just starting again, a foreign language, my third foreign language, kind of like gets me thinking about like all these new things like that I haven't thought about in a while. What things I like to say, what things are hard, what's my new favorite word. In this case, what's my new favorite Han character? So just these kinds of things. And I guess that these are kind of things that I want to know about you. What's your favorite thing to say? What's your favorite word? What things are difficult for you? What things you don't like to say? And not just Chinese, any language. I mean, I love languages. So tell me about your language that you're learning, or that you know, or whatever. I'm interested. So to answer some of these myself, I guess the easiest one is the hardest thing about learning Chinese. Definitely the hardest thing is the tones. For those of you who aren't familiar with Chinese, Chinese has 4 different distinct tones. It's probably why like you were like wondering why I was going all over the place speaking. Well, those are tones. It's counterintuitive to English and basically any other language I've learned, so it's like, it's really difficult, but at the same time it makes it a lot of fun too. So, I mean, if there weren't tones, I don't think it'd be half as fun. My favorite word? Off the top of my head, I think probably 快乐, which means happy. Was one of the first words I learned, so I like 快乐. A few of my favorite things to say, I practiced it for so long before I started taking Chinese, well, maybe not that long, that I always really like to say it for some reason, and it's just 我叫马智慧, and that means I am 马智慧, which that's my Chinese name. For some reason, another thing I like to say is 我喜欢你, which means I like you. I don't know. It's another thing I learned fairly early on. Another one of my favorite things to say is 练习, and that means practice. And I guess the big reason I like it is because it uses the exact same characters as Japanese does, and it sounds almost exactly the same. 练习, 练习. One of my least favorite things to say is 早, which means good morning, or early. And the reason I don't like this, I guess it's not so much that I don't like the morning, even though I hate the morning, as it is, it's just so weird to say, and then the time of day you have to say it is when your voice is like the most cracky and like hard to get anything out. So on top of it being a hard word to get out, you have like this situation where it's hard to get the word out. So it's just always hard to like say good morning. One of my favorite characters is Hao, and it means good or okay. I don't know why, I'm not crazy about it in Japanese, but I like it in Chinese. Another one of my favorite characters is 我, which means I or me. And I'm not quite sure why I like this one, it's so fun to write. My least favorite character to write is definitely 跳, which means to jump. It always comes out wrong when I do it. It's so hard to do, I just don't like it. If I never had to write it again, I would not be sorry. So anyway, that's just a little insight on my adventures in learning Chinese. This up-and-coming semester and throughout until I graduate, I'm going to continue studying Chinese in level 200, so wish me luck on that. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope it was informative, I hope I didn't screw up. Bye-bye.